Washington Nationals.
So just about set now. And starting this one, Mitchell Parker. And singing, it's not hard to see, he's been outstanding.
Well, you just take a look at the numbers, ERA in the low ones. He's clearly been one of the best pitchers in the league this year. I mean, just dynamic stuff. It's electric as well as it comes through the zone. Hitters trying to figure out what he's doing. So hard to think with. And the only bad thing for him is...
See you later. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. And the Mets jump in front. It's 1-0.
Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with Pop in the leadoff spot, and it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over a couple of strikes to settle in, get comfortable, because at the plate, that guy's looking to do exactly what he just did. Start the game off with a huge bang.
And first offering is fouled off. And there's a ball.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Fastball for a strike. And down on strikes he goes. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Well, oftentimes that's the pitch he's trying to set up, the curveball. He'll lean on it pretty heavily, so you got to be expecting it, look for it, and sell out so you don't miss it when you get it.
Here's Pete Alonso. Big time power. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He made him pay for that one. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Base is empty, one away. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Mark Vientos. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Parker, a tall lefty, 25 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in New Mexico. Still only one out here in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
That one misses. Now 1-2. Caught him looking for the K.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. That one missed. Right side, call. He's got it, and that is out number 3. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. And on the mound in this one, Tyler McGill.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Up now for Washington, C.J. Abrams. The pitch. Lined, and that's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Batting second, left
So up
fielder,
next, James Wood. Off the plate, 1-0. And that's in for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner at first with no outs here. And it goes just foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Nimmo sizes this one up, hauls it in for the out.
batting third.
Tuesday Martinez line up for the Nationals. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Nathaniel Lowe.
Yeah, he's been swinging it really well over the last few weeks, man. An OPS over 900 last month. He's put the team on his back, just carrying these guys. Definitely the guy you want up there right now, especially when you need a big swing of the bat.
Pickoff throw, and he's back in safely. Luis Garcia stands in now and watches strike one. Abrams, the runner at first with one gone in the inning.
All right, Luis, you're the man.
On the ground, 2 ball. There's one.
He's up.
Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Second inning coming up from our nation's capital. It's the Mets 2 and the Nationals nothing. Back in Washington, D.C. Top of the second. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Parker back to work. And that's in for a strike. In the air, right field, call. On the move, brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Let's go, Nats.
Luis Torrens, batting with one down, takes a strike. 1 out, bases empty. Ball 1 there.
Boog, our man Daryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it from game to game.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Yeah, he's one of those umpires that I have to see make his call on a borderline pitch before I start making my call. Like you said, it's not always predictable, but it's pretty fair for the most part. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Throws to first in time.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
2 down, bases empty. Luis Angel Acuna will hit next. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. Ball 1. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. That'll fire up the dugout. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 3-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Base is empty with 2 away. And stepping in is the speedy Tyrone Taylor. Right through there for a strike. Not even close there. Ball 1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 3-0. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning, Nathaniel Lowe up to hit.
Nathaniel Lowe.
And first offering is fouled off. McGill, he isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable, he just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. On the ground to the left. And foul ball.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
Just misses with that one.
But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, he froze him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling. You think the ball's going to get into the gutter and somehow just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called 3rd strike.
Josh Bell at the plate now. There's the strike. What does he need to do in order to get deeper into the game?
Well, I'd say it's command of the secondary pitches, because when you're talking about turning over the order a 2nd and 3rd time and hitters are getting looks, you've got to be able to put a wrinkle on something, change speeds, and locate it enough so that they offer at it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Ultimately, you want them to swing and chase a pitch that teases the zone and ends outside the zone. But so far, he hasn't been able to do that consistently.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Soto pulls it down. That's out number 2.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Dylan Cruz in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Left field. Nimmo has it sized up. And that'll do it. On to the third inning at the plate. Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that's in for a strike.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Lindor retired.
Now batting, right fielder Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike one. And that's outside. Right side, hard hit. 2 up, 2 down.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Alonso.
2 outs, base is empty. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
2 outs, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1 and 2 count. There's a swing and a drive. That's back. And that one is off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Vientos now at the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that drops in for a strike.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that can be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Man at second. Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
That misses the zone. Going to count 1 and 2. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And that's in the dirt. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Cruz under it. And that's the 3rd out. Mets strand 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Now the 3rd baseman, Jose Tena.
Jose Tena.
First pitch misses. And another ball. Ground ball up the middle. Throws to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Batting eighth, right fielder, Alex.
So digging in,
Call.
Alex Call. Strike one. Pitch is in the dirt, and 1-1. One down, base is empty. Liner, base hit.
Batting ninth, catcher, Riley
Adams getting ready to hit.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with the pickoff artist on the mound.
And that one is lifted in the air. Soto going after it. Pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Now batting, the shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
Here's C.J. Abrams now. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And the 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball. McGill with a move to first. The throw is wild, and it gets away. The throw comes in too late, and they can't get the out. Call stands at second with two gone. On the inside corner for a strike. Battling here as he fouls it away. Man on second, two down. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So it's no runs, one hit, two errors, and one man left. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 3 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in Nationals Park, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Starling Marte. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Inside.
Ball
And the
two.
count now even up. That's a little bit low. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo, flied to right his first time. And a strike in there. Nimmo in his 9th season, 31 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in the state of Wyoming. Next offering is in for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2. That one to first. Low takes it to the bag. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Luis Torrens.
2 down, base is empty. Now Luis Torrens. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
Inside, almost got him. Outside corner, got him looking. Down in order go the Mets, but they lead at 3-0. And we're back. Bottom 4. And now up for Washington, James Wood.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
And a first offering, a fastball for a strike.
Well, these Nats just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, the danger with the slider is leaving it out over the heart of the plate and getting contact on it. If you're going to miss, you want to miss towards the corners, not in the middle. Right there, he does a great job with hard break at the end. He ran it inside. Very difficult to do anything when you're tied up like that as a hitter.
Garcia in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. The Mets leading by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. That one blasted deep to right. That's back there. And it hits the fence. Around first, digging for 2. Now a relay to second, and in there with a double off the wall.
He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing, and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Caught looking his first time up. Just missed. That is out of play. And there's a ball. Garcia, the runner at second with one away. Next pitch is outside.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Back to work, 3-2 now. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Well, they didn't give him anything to hit, and now with runners on first and second, they've set up a double play opportunity. So not a terrible result.
2 on, 1 out. Here's Josh Bell. What a stop. The feed for 1 out. What a double play that was. Inning over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Mets 3 and the Nationals nothing. Back in Washington, D.C. And now, Luis Angel Acuna. Parker back to work. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Foul ball there. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And it gets by him. Man at first, Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. 0 for 1 so far. Fastball is outside. Next offering is in for a strike.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
That clips the corner. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Trevor Williams up and throwing. Number 61 also throwing. And now the count is even. Nobody out. Runner at first. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Hammered, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Mitchell Parker won't go any further, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching.
On to pitch now for the Nationals, Trevor Williams.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
So the lineup flips over, and next for the Mets, Francisco Lindor. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Fought off foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Wood pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, right fielder Juan Soto.
And now it's Juan Soto. 0 for 2 in this one. To the right side. Fair ball. Rounds third, headed for the plate. One run across. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Runners at the corners here. One away. Alonso digs in now. That pitch gets the inside corner. That's strike one. Two on, one out. Swinging a foul straight back. That one misses. 1-2 to count. Struck him out without a swing. Couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball at the knees.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Check swing, but he went too far. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
Next offering misses down and away. That one a little bit high, and a count 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. One run in the inning, but they leave two. Home half of the fifth coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Nationals nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Up now for Washington, Dylan Cruz. That misses, and it's 1-0.
You know, these Nationals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
And he swings through that one.
And on the mound,
ball,
you know confidence
2 strikes.
has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
And
2
that
balls,
skips in the
2
dirt.
strikes.
Next
Full
offering
count.
misses. And a full count now.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
Swing and a ground ball. On the run, throw to first.
Got it.
And very nicely done for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's the third baseman, Jose Tena. Grounded out his first time. Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay.
He was all over that one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Got a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
One out, runner at second. And now the right fielder, Alex Call. Just missed.
That's inside.
Tena leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Yeah, that's fouled off. Man at second.
Both bats
Just
off the plate.
missed.
Ball 2.
That's
Ball
down and
3.
in. A slider missed. 1 out, a
Third
runner
ball,
at
1
second.
strike.
Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall.
Now batting, catcher, Riley.
Riley Adams, the next to hit. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Nimmo snags it, and that is that. Nationals leave 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. All set for the top
Leading
of the
off for the
6th.
Mets,
Here's Starling
the
Marte.
designated hitter, Starling Marte.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Mets, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Line drive, and it stays fair.
Good 2-strike
Up
hitting
next
right
for
there,
the
Boog. A
Mets,
bit of a
left
lost start
fielder,
for some, so that
Brandon
was
Nimmo.
nicely done to beat the odds. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Yeah, the batter now, Brandon Nimmo. Pitch misses, and now 2-0. There's a strike. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Runner on the go. In the air, right field, call. They got it for out number 2.
Now batting.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. He launched a solo shot back in the second inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Squirts away a little bit to second, and he's out. That's the third out. One hit in the inning, but no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 4 and the Nationals nothing. Back here in Nationals Park, bottom of the 6th. And now here's the Nationals leadoff man, C.J. Abrams. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. And he pumps it a strike.
Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
And that's in the dirt.
1 strike.
That missed by a lot. And that's ball 3. Hit in the air out to center field. Taylor makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Wood up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Taylor makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia, 1 for 2. And that's in for a strike. Next pitch misses. 1-1.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one is back. Up against the wall and brings swings it in. And we're back.
Leading
Now it's
off
the
with
second
Mets.
baseman,
Second
Luis
baseman,
Angel
Luis
Acuna.
Angel Acuna.
Let's see it, Nats.
And
Ball
ball
match
one.
outside.
There's the strike.
All right, Nationals.
Outside.
Outside.
2-1. Swings and misses. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field.
Now
He was out in
batting,
front
the
there. Just
center
needs to let the ball
fielder,
travel a little
Tyrone
more, and his
Taylor.
timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets.
Let's go, Nationals.
Upstairs.
Nope, that's the ball.
Ball one.
1-0.
And that drops in for a strike. On the
That ball's
ground.
foul.
And foul ball. One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is
batting,
getting ahead in the
shortstop,
count. And as a
Francisco
pitcher, it really
Lindor.
allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Two outs. In the air, left side. Wood settles underneath it. And that is that. Back in Washington, D.C., set for the last half of the 7th. Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Nathaniel Lowe. And that one's a little bit low. 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Kodai Senga appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Minter, a left-hander, also throwing. That one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. That one pushed to the left and foul.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Right back to him on the mound. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
You can tell by their swings, this
Now
lineup is having
batting,
trouble gauging
designated hitter,
speeds. Timing is everything in hitting,
Josh
and
Bell.
right now they just don't have it.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. The Nationals down by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. Next offering is in for a strike.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center. Now here is Dylan Cruz. That one at the knees for a strike.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
0-1 now. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
That one just misses.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Misses. 2-2.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Up next for the
Jose
Nationals.
Tena will hit next.
Third baseman, Jose Tena.
That one finds the zone. 0-1. Swings through that one for strike two.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Not close with that one. And a count 1-2. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Nimmo right there to make the grab. And that ends the inning. So one left for Washington. They're down 4-0.
Now pitching.
Welcome back,
for the
and a new arm on the mound to start the
Washington.
8th. Number 61.
Number 61.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Leading off with the
Juan
Mets,
Soto now.
right fielder, Juan
He's a guy
Soto.
who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. The 1-0.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable, and because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, but he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Check swing, called strike. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Colin Poche preparing to come on if needed. Ferrer, the power lefty, up as well. One down, base is empty.
1-1.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a chopper out to short. Into the outfield. Base hit.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
So a man at first. And the batter now, Mark Vientos. 0 for 3 in this one. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Starling Marte up to hit. 1 for 3.
Oh, now, let's turn two. Come on, Nats, let's go. Yeah, come on, Nats.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, Nats.
Ball, that's off the plate.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
And a 2-1 on the way.
3 balls,
In the
1
dirt. To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. He gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
Man on second, 2 down. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. The throw in. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Kodai Senga.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now up for Washington, Alex Call. He is singled and he is flied to left. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Next offering is fouled back. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 2-2 to count.
And they'll do it again. Swings through it for the K. Nasty fork ball for strike 3.
Now batting, catcher,
And here's the catcher, Riley Adams. Right through there for a strike. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Ryan Stanek up and loosening in the pen. The Mets leading by 4 here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swung on, belted. Taylor ranging back. And that's going to bang against the wall. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
1 out, runner at second. C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. In there at the knees. Man at second. And that's outside. And it's 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball. Fouls one off. 2-2. One out and a runner at second. Next offering upstairs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
First and second, one out. Now the number 2 hitter, James Wood. That one's in there. That's strike one.
Ball, that's outside.
Adams on second. Abrams at first. One gone. Cut on and lifted in the air. Taylor squeezes it. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
That's down and in. Next offering is fouled back. And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. And he grounds one to the right side. To second, there's Lindor. And that is the inning. So the Nats leave a pair. They trail it here 4-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, catcher, Luis Torrens.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens. And strike one to the catcher. Base is empty, one away. Here at the top of the ninth. Pitch misses inside. And the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Sets him down looking. That was pretty nasty.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead, getting that W.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. Ripped on a line to center. And a base hit right there. So he gets on base and keeps it going. And his hot hitting continues.
Now
They kept him in the yard
batting,
that
the center
time, but
fielder,
all he's doing now is
Taylor.
passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
2 outs, runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Pulls that one foul. Garcia whips it to first, and that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Nationals nothing. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the
Now
bottom of the
pitching for
9th.
New York.
A.J. Minter.
Number
Bringing in the
33.
lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to
A.J.
hit.
Minter.
Classic bullpen move right here, so
Leading off
we'll
for
see
the
how it works
Nationals.
out.
First baseman, Nathaniel Lowe.
First pitch swinging, and it's a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see
Now
already, his
batting.
bat stays in the zone
Designated
on
hitter,
plane for an extended period of time.
Bell.
And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Lowe gets his lead at first with nobody out. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Steps on the bag for
He's
1.
out.
And it's a double
He's
play.
out.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine.
batting.
That's the one thing about big
Center fielder,
leaguers. They make
Dylan
tough plays look simple.
So it's their last chance in this one. And here is Dylan Cruz. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Hit to right, and that should do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Well, you win this one 4-0, and it feels like you could have exploded for more offensively, but you also realize that at times it was hard to score. So